But you doing what you want to do. Nobody can do it like Claressa. Come on, y'all, give her a round of applause.
It feels like Claressa Shields is suddenly jolting awake to reality. After months of turmoil, she's starting to see that life outside her boxing tunnel isn't glowing the way she once believed. She quietly admitted that when she's not training or locked into a fight, everything turns hollow, heavy. Now she's realizing nothing is falling into place like she imagined. And how could it when she was dragged into chaos connected to another woman's man behind closed doors privately?
Everything. I am so smart and so intelligent. Can't nobody try to get down on me or snake me or anything.
The internet has been buzzing without pause, yet no one was rooting to see her fall apart. Most people were just praying she'd open her eyes before someone took advantage of her vulnerability. The truth is, Claressa Shields has always been powerful and unstoppable. But growth rarely comes gently. It usually shows up bruised and unforgiving. This isn't the public turning against her. They're watching a young champion slam straight into reality. Claressa Shields is learning that fame and flashes of light don't protect you from careless choices. She's still young, still trying to find her footing, and for the first time, it feels like the warnings everyone whispered are finally reaching her ears.
So y'all got to stop with that. I don't even like that narrative. I wish y'all would stop. It's like y'all just believe anything that anybody say.
Her boxing supporters are still riding with her, hoping she rises back colder, stronger, and far more calculated than before. The world feeds on redemption stories, and this one is catching fire fast. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what unfolds next. Deep appreciation to every supporter around the globe. From the day ones to those just tuning in, the energy doesn't go unnoticed. This content is presented for entertainment and educational discussion only. Still, this storyline is spreading rapidly across the internet tonight. Everything discussed is publicly alleged, except the parts that speak for themselves.
Hey y'all. I'm getting ready to go to this event with Papoose. This is my look for today. I'll be posting pictures in just a second. I want to get on here to tell y'all to be happy, to be confident, to be beautiful, to be nice, to be kind, to be ambitious, to be different, and don't let others discourage you from being who you really are. Love on yourself however you see fit. Know that when others are insulting you, it's because they feel that way about themselves. They are miserable. They need prayer. So instead of engaging back with negativity, just, block them and move on with your life.
The fair use explanation is already laid out in the description, so there's no confusion there. Now, let's get into it. It's midweek, and while sending everyone strength for Focused Wednesday, there's also a silent reminder to watch who you allow close, because the wrong circle can drag you into destruction before you even sense the danger. Now back to Claressa Shields, because all signs suggest something inside her is shifting. The champion recently shared a message that instantly sent the internet spiraling. In her words, "Life beyond the boxing ring feels hollow and unbearable right now. Training has become the only space where she can still breathe." You can feel the exhaustion in her tone, pressure, tension, and personal chaos stacking higher by the day, now leaking into the public eye. But let's be real, this didn't come out of nowhere. When you step into a situation tied to another woman's husband, consequences aren't optional. If the man were unattached, no one would care. But when a 2-decade marriage is involved and a child is hoping their home stays intact, that's when private pain transforms into public scandal. And now, unsettling whispers are resurfacing, suggesting this might not be the first time a storyline like this has followed her path.
I wasn't gonna do the hat, but I just was but I put the hat on. And I said, "Oh, it's cold in the deep." That's the feeling they gave me, and I was like, "It's so cold in the deep. Why they always hating on me?" And I put on.
Allegedly, long before the current storm involving Pap, quiet rumors were already circling, claims that boundaries may have been crossed with a former trainer, and whispers insisted he was married as well. Nothing has ever been officially verified. But if even fragments of that narrative hold truth, it signals a pattern Claressa can no longer afford to dismiss. If peace is what she truly wants, her movements will have to change, and any energy that thrives on disorder must be cut loose. Real fulfillment isn't born from scandal. It's forged through growth. And right now, she's standing at a dangerous turning point. There are countless unattached men in the world, which makes this entanglement even more alarming. Watching someone this powerful, this decorated, become caught in something so toxic is unsettling. Tying herself to a man burdened by commitments, unresolved history, and emotional wreckage is a guaranteed path toward heartbreak. If someone truly intended to build something real, he wouldn't be hiding calls, dodging texts, or disappearing the second she enters the room. That's not mystery. That's a red flag blinking in ruthless 4K clarity.
The love is genuine, you could tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song, she got that whip appeal. Stole her heart like a ball player, I be getting steals, and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. And I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Nah, this shit is real. I'm so allergic to fake people, I need some Benadryl. She fight for the people. George Floyd, Emmett Till, Olympic winner, first female boxer to get a meal. February 22nd, they gonna say it's still. Buy your tickets now, support. We ain't giving deals. Hey, look, y'all, that's all I got.
All anyone ever hoped for was for Claressa Shields to open her eyes and truly see what was unfolding around her. No one is cheering for her collapse. People simply want her to recognize her worth before the consequences become irreversible. She recently opened up about life inside training camp, explaining how focused, disciplined, and balanced she feels when boxing is the only thing in front of her. But the second the gloves come off, reality hits all at once. She admitted she's been restless and angry lately, saying that outside the ring, nothing feels aligned. That level of honesty cuts deep because it shows she's actively trying to trace where things begin to fall apart. Still, her words tell two different stories. While she insists she's moving forward and keeping everything strictly professional with Pap, the background tells another version. Faint noises, familiar tones, his name slipping through casually, as if he never truly left her orbit. So maybe she's waking up, but she hasn't fully walked away yet. Growth can begin in a moment, but repeating the same cycles won't bring healing. One thing is certain, Claressa Shields supporters are watching closely, rooting for her strength while hoping she finally breaks free from the chaos. And a strong salute to Flint, her hometown, for standing by her without ever turning their backs.
Somebody said, why Pap? Why not Pap? Why not? He fine. He tall. He got good skin. He's seasoned. He's a little older than me. What? You want me to go into more detail? He's smart. He can rap. I love hearing his voice, the way he talks to me, when he whisper, or when he just talks to me, what? Come on now. Talking about some why Pap, why not Pap, and why not the glow?
And when it comes to motivation, her focus has started to shift as well. Just last night, her film The Fire Inside resurfaced, and unexpectedly, it hit far deeper than anyone anticipated. It stripped away the surface and exposed one truth. No matter how loud the chaos becomes, Claressa Shields is still built to fight. The film refuses to soften anything. It walks straight through her history, her wounds, her setbacks, and every barrier she had to survive just to stand where she is today. As the story unfolds, viewers begin to understand her movements. Why her presence feels guarded, sharp, sometimes intense. That isn't attitude. That's protection. That's armor. For years, people claimed she missed endorsement deals because she was too loud, too bold, too unapologetic. That narrative floated everywhere. Brands allegedly couldn't handle her personality. But after watching the film, that excuse starts to fall apart. The truth runs far. Deeper than that. From the very beginning, she wasn't just outspoken. She was overlooked, ignored, passed over for opportunities she had already earned, long before controversy ever entered the conversation. They play her name, they celebrate the moment, Claressa Shields. This woman brought home gold medals. represented her country on the world's biggest stages, and still never received the recognition she deserved. That's the part that cuts the deepest. This was never about fame. It was about fairness. Watching her grind while others, especially white athletes, were flooded with sponsorships and spotlight deals was enraging. Claressa Shields did the work, yet her phone stayed silent when it should have been ringing nonstop. Seeing her hold Olympic gold while surviving with almost no backing was painful to witness. She should have been celebrated, but instead she was pushed aside, treated like an afterthought. No wonder she built a hardened shell. The world forced her to fight for respect at every step. By the film's final moments, frustration transforms into admiration. People finally realize that her so-called attitude was shaped by years of being ignored and underestimated. The question no longer becomes who she is, but why she was denied what she so clearly earned. And no, it was never because she was too rough or too ghetto. That's her truth. Her roots. She's from Flint. She climbed from nothing to the top and earned the right to speak her mind. Could she soften her image if she chose to? Maybe. But she should never have to erase herself to be accepted. Claressa Shields earned every ounce of her shine, and it's long overdue that the world finally gives her the respect she's been fighting for all along.
I keep saying that Pap upstairs. And I don't know if that's insinuating that he's not upstairs or that you guys think that I would just say that. I don't know. But truth of the matter being, he do be upstairs. Just like right now, he's in the room. So I don't know what y'all mean by that, but he'd be like, really, we got this thing together all the time. And sometimes when we're not together, he's handling business, which we all have business to handle. But I don't know. It's like, that's not something I find offensive. But let me know. Hold on. Wait a minute now. Let me know if some of y'all are trying to be offensive when you say it so I know how to respond, even in person. If you're doing it to try to be like, oh, like trying to be funny or trying to troll me, let me know. Let me know. Because either way, it's cool. But just know that when you, especially for in person, if you say that and you're trying to be like funny, I'm definitely going to put.
It looks like Claressa Shields might be picking up a few style signals from Remy these days. But she has to be careful. Slouching in interviews, propping her feet on tables, or leaning too casually sends messages that clash with the relentless grind she's built. Come on, Claressa, don't slip now. She's fought too hard, come too far, to let small missteps dim her shine. This woman has survived battles most people couldn't even imagine. Some around her genuinely want to lift her up, no strings attached, while others are clearly exploiting her name for their own gain. She's seen both sides of loyalty and betrayal, and that's why her story strikes such a chord. And if you haven't watched The Fire Inside, it's essential viewing. The film exposes her path, her struggles, her triumphs, and the unbreakable fight that forged her. Big respect again to Flint. Her hometown has always stood by her, and that loyalty deserves acknowledgement. Now, let's be honest. People from Flint have been sliding into the comments saying things like, y'all just hating. But this isn't hate, it's tough love. Fans want to see her rise, not stumble, and frustration builds when they watch choices that could block her blessings. No one wants to see her lose the empire she's fought so hard to create. And those old rumors about her involvement with taken men, true or not, Claressa has to stop placing herself in situations that pull her back into chaos. If she wants real power and peace, she needs to move smarter, shed toxic energy, and remain unapologetically herself. Not sitting on anyone's lap. Not acting like someone she's not. She is Claressa Shields, the GWOT, and that alone is more than enough. Sure, her cousin once joked she has a few screws loose, but maybe that wild streak is exactly what makes her unstoppable. She just has to channel it correctly. When Claressa locks in, no one can touch her. That might explain some of her behavior. After all she's endured, she sometimes acts out without realizing the impact. But she doesn't need half the online theatrics, posting about fake hair or flexing in ways that irritate people for no reason.
That's why I asked you, because every time I've asked you in the past, even when it hasn't been good between you, you've always said that. Like, I just hope he gets help. I hope he gets himself together.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson had to get sat down for 3 years for something that he did or didn't do, however it went. I think that sometimes it takes us to have to be held accountable, and maybe if he sit down for a year and really have to look within himself and find himself, maybe he can, become better, because he's a hell of a fighter.
She needs to tighten her approach and start moving with precision because the entire world is watching her every step. No one's saying she can't be herself. Authenticity is a weapon. But in industries stacked against you, sometimes survival demands strategy. Every gesture counts. In interviews, she can't be lounging with her feet on tables or acting like she owns the room. She's already a champion, yet a touch of polish in her presentation could elevate how seriously people take her. This isn't about changing who Claressa Shields is, it's about refining how she steps into the spotlight. Just a few adjustments could finally unlock those high-profile brand deals. And if they still don't appear, the blame isn't hers. It's the system which has ignored her from day one. Claressa Shields carries multiple world titles, Olympic gold, a legacy etched in brilliance. There's no reason she shouldn't receive the same opportunities handed effortlessly to other athletes, especially the marketable ones. If brands continue turning a blind eye, people must speak up, demand answers, even call out or boycott those refusing her respect. At this stage, it's not just unfair, it's disgraceful. A world champion shouldn't have to chase recognition. She's earned it 100 times over. And spare me the old excuse that boxing doesn't get endorsements. That's nonsense. Plenty of fighters secure deals. Yet somehow Claressa is overlooked every single time. They parade her around for entertainment, send her to the Olympics, highlight her victories, showcase her medals. But when it's time to reward her with real opportunities, the line goes dead. That's not just unfair, it's outright foul.
It's back to me just having like another I'm just super irritable, and I'm not as responsible as I would like to be. And I just don't feel as close to God when I'm out of camp. I feel like things that should not bother me so much when I'm out of camp. So I enjoy it.
Claressa Shields officially signed that management deal with Papoose, the same deal that's been whispered about behind closed doors for months. Rumor has it she reached out to him hoping to get her business and branding handled more strategically. But if that's true, why not go through Remy first? They already had a connection. A simple, professional move could have kept everything clean. Instead, reports suggest she bypassed that and went straight to Malone. And now, well, the chaos that followed speaks for itself. What was meant to be strictly business has blurred lines, edging into something far more personal. Whether she pursued him or he pursued her, the optics are disastrous. If he was already in a relationship, she should have walked away. Then there's the chatter about her copying Remy's style. The hair, the outfits, the energy. It's giving serious Fatal Attraction vibes, and the internet hasn't stopped talking. It's unnerving, especially when everyone assumed this was purely professional. Claressa Shields may not fully see it yet, but this narrative is dangerously close to tipping into full-blown scandal. She needs to protect her image before it spirals out of control. Boston camps are her sanctuary. She says nothing outside training bothers her. When she's in the gym, the world fades. Boxing becomes the only thing that matters. Improving, pushing harder, getting faster, stronger, better. Life outside doesn't stop, but her focus shields her. Chaos tries to intrude, but she blocks it. And the good news? Claressa Shields finally seems to be waking up. The fog is lifting. Maybe she's starting to see the bigger picture. Let's not forget, this isn't just a headline. Claressa Shields is a living legend. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, 2012 London, 2016 Rio. The first American boxer, male or female, to win back-to-back Olympic golds in the women's middleweight division. That's history in real time. And she didn't stop there. Claressa is a multi-division professional world champion, holding all 4 major belts, WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO, across 3 weight classes. Fans call her the GWOT, the greatest woman of all time, and she earned it through blood, sweat, and relentless determination. So, yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about him. I truly wish him well. But think about it. How does a woman with that kind of legacy still have to hustle for endorsements? It's absurd. She shouldn't have to fight harder than everyone else just to get recognition that should come automatically. That frustration isn't ego. It's the exhaustion of being ignored, undervalued, overlooked. Claressa Shields fought her way from nothing. Growing up, she carried impossible burdens at 16, 17, feeding her family, managing siblings, surviving circumstances most adults couldn't endure. That kind of weight shapes you forever. No wonder she expects a little luxury now. She's earned it countless times over. When love comes her way, she wants it meaningful because she never had it before. That fire, that hunger, comes from years of survival. Even if she's made mistakes, no one can deny the sheer grind that built the icon she is today. Claressa wasn't just fighting in the ring, she was fighting to survive at home. Trauma didn't stop there. Reports say one of her mother's boyfriends crossed serious boundaries, leaving scars that never fade. So when people see Claressa act out, get emotional, or make bold moves, they need to understand. She's navigating a life shaped by pain, betrayal, and survival. Everyone stumbles while growing. Some recover faster than others. That doesn't make anyone bad. It makes them human. Claressa's journey proves that growth is a process, not an instant fix. Look around. How many people have friends or family stuck in the same patterns from a decade ago, while others reinvent their lives entirely? That's what fans want to witness for her. Evolution, rising above chaos, stepping fully into the peace and success she deserves. Claressa Shields isn't just a fighter. She's a survivor. And the world needs to give her what she's earned: endorsements, respect, opportunities. She's worked for every ounce of it. It's time she finally gets her full shine. Now it's on the fans and supporters to push her name with love and accountability. Because when Claressa wins, it's a victory for every woman who's had to claw her way out of darkness. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more updates and real talk on Claressa Shields and the story shaping her legacy.